Namaste Gurukhulians. Today we are here with the final video on the lesson in the kingdom of foods. My dear student, I have told you the place all the people were foolish because the king was foolish, minister was foolish, and the people were also foolish. My dear students, if the leader is foolish, if the king is foolish, then we cannot expect the people will be wise there because it makes a kind of company and all the people behave in the same way. Okay, so we are discussing the lesson in the kingdom of foods. We have discussed case in the second video which came in the book, and you saw that firstly rich merchant was blamed by the brother of the thief. Then this merchant blamed bricklayer, blamed dancing girl blamed goldsmith, blamed again this merchant. You see, my dear student, how the people were blaming each other. Rich merchant blamed the bricklayer, he didn't put the wall correctly, and bricklayer blamed the dancing girl. The dancing girl was moving in the street, she was going up and down. That's why I couldn't pay fully attention on the wall. The wall was built wrong, and I'm not to be blamed. Dancing girl blamed goldsmith that I'm not going up and down the street by my own will. I was forced by someone. Actually, I had given some jewelry to goldsmith, and goldsmith was delaying the order and calling me every now and then. That's why I was moving continuously in the street. And goldsmith blamed his merchant that he was very impatient for the order of his jewelry. That's why he couldn't complete the order of the dancing girl. That's why he was forcing dancing girl to go up and down in the street. Dear student, so this is the story goes. Now the king announced his decision. He said that rich merchant is the real culprit. But rich merchant who was the rich merchant who was forcing the goldsmith for the order of jewelry is no more, is died. Now his son is there in the court. And king said that you are the son of rich merchant and you have inherited everything from your father. And now his sin are also in your account. So you have to be punished. We will kill you. Okay. And everything was settled there. King ordered to make a new stake for the execution of the rich merchant. And the stake which was built was not fit for the rich merchant. Rich merchant was not fit for the stake because rich merchant was thin. He was thin. He was not fit for the stake. And now there is a big problem for those foolish person. Now they were thinking very hard. What should they do now? And finally the king ordered, just find the man fit for the stake. Just find the man fit for the stake. So how the story was going towards its end, the king said only, find the person fit for the stake, who is fat enough, fit for the stake. Now just remember, in the beginning of the lesson, in the first video, I told you that a person came there with his guru and he liked the place very much. He started eating very much. He started enjoying bananas, desi ghee, sweets, everything, whatever he liked. So he became very fat. I am talking about the disciple. I am talking about the disciple of the guru. So disciple has become fat like a bull. He has become very fat because no tension of wandering here and there in search of food, no time spending in puja and aradhana. There he was enjoying only eating. And what was the result? He has become fat like a bull. Dear student, so the king's men went to him and told him that you are wanted in the court, you are called by the king because you are fit for the stake and you will be executed. Okay, you will be executed. So dear student, just think. They went to disciple, the king's man, and told him that you are fit for the stake and you have to be punished. He said, I am sannyasi. He said, I am sannyasi. I am not doing harm. I am not harming people. I am not doing any cheating. I am not doing any kind of robbery. Why I am going to be punished? But the king's men did not hear his words and they brought him in the court. And disciple now remember the Guru's words. He is in the court, he is weeping hard, he is crying hard. Now he remembered the words of Guru. That these people, this place is a place of foolish people and you don't know what they are going to next. He is remembering the words of his Guru. Guru advised him when Guru left him that these people are foolish, my dear disciple. If you are staying here, be careful. And saying the disciple now trapped. Now he is remembering his Guru. Okay. And what happened there? He start remembering the name of his Guru. And Guru had magical power. Guru had magical power. He hear the silent words of his disciple. He was realized that his disciple is in the problem and he came there. So now what happened? The Guru had come there. Okay, he arrived there. Guru had magical power. When his disciple was remembering his Guru, my Guru save me, my Guru save me, my Guru save me. Then the Guru heard his words from a distant place. Maybe Guru was very far from that kingdom, very far from that place, but he heard those words there and came just in second there. मोबाइल फोन नहीं था दैट टाइम, तो डिसाइपल ने कोई फोन नहीं किया और गुरु कोई प्लेन से नहीं आया. Guru had magical power. He heard the prayer of his disciple and came there. Okay. So now Guru came there. Firstly, Guru scolded his disciple. Scolded, not cursed. And then something in his ear. Then said something in his ear, whispered something. And after whispering, he went to the king. He said that the royal king, I have a request, put me to death in place of my disciple. He requested to king that put him death in place of his disciple. The king was surprised to hear the words of Guru. The Guru was saying, if you want to kill any person, if you want to make a killing here, if you want to give punishment, give me the punishment, not to my disciple. Disciple understood, although he is looking very stupid type person, but now he understood something. There is a plan of something of his guru. He understood the plan of his guru, and he also said, no, don't put my guru first to death, put me first to death. Bring me to the stake first. Take me to the stake first. Take me to the stake first. Execute me first. Kill me first, not to my guru. And then they started arguing. They started like they are fighting. Disciple is saying, no guru, I am your disciple. I won't die first. And Guru is saying, I am your Guru. You have to follow my order. Do what I am saying to you. You will be executed after me first. They will execute me. The king was confused. What was going there? The king was totally confused. So he went to the Guru and asked him, what is going on? Guru said, promise me, if I tell you the reason, you will put me to death first, second to my disciple. The king gave the promise. Okay, I gave you promise, I will do whatever you do, but tell me why you both are fighting to die. Nobody want to die. Why you people are fighting for killing? Guru said, my dear king, firstly, your kingdom is very good. Your people are very good. And the king like you, never found anywhere. So this place has gained a kind of purity, a kind of holy importance. This place is not less than any holy place. So Guru said, and you have also made a new stake for execution. New stake. The stake was also new. No criminal is died there. The stake is totally sacred, totally sacred. And Guru said, my dear king, I want to tell you who is going to die there. First, he would reborn as a king, and who would go second there, who would be killed there as second, he would reborn as minister. What he said, who dies first, who dies first will be king, would reborn and second would reborn as a minister. Hearing these words, the mad people were gone crazy total. The king and minister started thinking hard over this issue, and they cancelled the execution that day. They postponed the case, and then after that case, the king and minister started talking with each other. The king said, "It is our dear land. We cannot give this land to other person. If we die today, we will reborn as king, and you will reborn as minister. It is better if we die together before that king and disciple, because that will give us chance to reborn as king and minister of our dearest land." And in the night, they gave the order to the servants that the killing would be held today, the execution would be held tonight. And they said to the servant, "We would send the criminals in the night today and properly execute the killing of those people." So in the night, king and minister went there on the stake for getting punishment, and they were executed by the servant. And when their bodies were thrown in the open for vulture, for dogs, for other animals, then the servants got surprised. They saw their king and minister. They were very surprised. They lost their king and minister, but my dear student, with this plan, with this strategy, Guru saved his disciple. Okay, and disciple was free now. But the people of the kingdom came in the problem. They asked the disciple and Guru, "Please stay here. We don't have any king now and minister now. Please guide us." And it took very less time to persuade the disciple. Disciple was already enjoying his stay, but it took very long debate there, very long conversation there to persuade Guru. And Guru became agree after a long conversation, and Guru became king, disciple became minister there of that land. And now they changed all the foolish system. They changed all the foolish system. Okay. Now the day is day there, night is night there. So 2 lessons you have to get from this lesson, from this chapter. First, beware of foolish people. Second, whenever you are in problem with foolish people, don't use your argument. You cannot satisfy a foolish person with argument, by arguing. How you can win? By wisdom. First thing, always stay away from foolish person. Second thing, use your wisdom, use your mind if you are in problem. Okay, dear student, I will send you the PDF of summary and question answer. Lesson is very easy, very interesting, and I also want you to be prepared with some of folk stories, folk tales. Okay. Some descriptions are also given in book. You can also read those books if you want to read for folk tales. Folk tales are very interesting, and if you are telling any folk tale in English, that will improve your language part. You will be a good speaker, you will be a good writer, listener of English language. Okay students, with these words, namaste.